Hi, I'm Jasper, and welcome to Aliens Love Earth, the platform where we heal the earth with art. Today I'm sitting down with RILA, a singer and songwriter whose music blends cinematic pop, soundscapes with deep emotional honesty, inspired by spirituality, human relationships, and nature. Rila's journey started in a small town in the Bulgarian mountains, where singing became a place of meaning and refuge from a young age. But over the years, her path has taken her from early recognition in Bulgaria to settling in Paris and into a new chapter where her music has become more personal, more intimate, and more reflective as well. I'm super excited for this chat, but before we dive in, I'd love to invite you to heal the earth with us for free. Just hit follow or subscribe wherever you're watching or listening, because we help restore 1 square meter of ecosystem where it's needed the most for every new follower. In your name. One click, no costs, real impact. All right, now let's jump in for our chat with Riva. All right, Riva, thank you so much for being here. How are you feeling today?
Thank you for inviting me. Very well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good
It's
to hear.
weather is not very nice, but I am very excited because Christmas time is coming and we prepare presents, and I love this time of the year.
Yeah, it's a bit of a combination, right? It's like at the one hand, it's gray and cold and there's not much daylight in the days, but I feel like it's a very cozy season as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe you have snow and here there's no snow.
No, we don't have any snow so far, actually.
Okay.
It's quite warm still, but you're
Okay.
in France right now, right?
Yeah, in France, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, maybe it still comes. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm really excited to chat a lot about like your music. I mean, I already see on your face a connection to nature, so I'm very curious for all those kind of things.
My beautiful mask.
Yeah, it's I saw it already everywhere, so I thought that's a great fit. But before we dive into the whole story and the music, I always like to ask first how you would actually describe what you do creatively or artistically in your own words.
Yeah, it's mostly songwriting and singing. uh, Songwriting, singing is the first thing I started actually doing very long time ago. I was like 7 years old, I think, the first time I started singing, and songwriting came later. But now it's been a lot of years that I'm also writing, and especially for this project, I write all of my songs and I arrange them next with a producer, but I'm composing all by myself.
Yeah, really cool. Yeah. I bet a lot of those things like evolved over the years indeed. Because I read that you grew up in a small mountain in Bulgaria, right?
Yes, yes.
In a small town. Yeah. And like it became part of your life already at a pretty young age, what I saw there. Can you explain a bit like what role music played for you when you were young and when you were growing up basically?
When I was very young, it was actually my father who was listening to a lot of music. Maybe that comes from him. He was listening Pink Floyd a lot, and at this time, at 7 years old, I still didn't understand Pink Floyd. But next, around my 14, 15 years old, it's like teenage time, And at this time, I had a friend, a very close friend to me, that was also listening to Pink Floyd, Coldplay. And at this time, it was Radiohead. I don't even remember if Coldplay they were still existent. Yes, maybe. And and I started listening Pink Floyd and singing at the same time to Mariah Carey cassettes.
Nice.
And this was very, very difficult, different things. And people from the company the company, the friends I was going out with, they couldn't understand how is this possible. I like Mariah Carey and at the same time Pink Floyd. Yeah, it was. I am very. I have a large specter of
Yeah.
tastes about
Yeah,
music.
yeah. Very broad
And
taste. Yeah.
yes, and yeah, maybe I think it comes from this period. Once I saw Mariah Carey she was singing Without You, and since this time I started singing all the time. And music at the same time, music in Bulgaria at this time. Um, Now I'm talking about pop music. That this was kind of my inspirations. There was the time of Christina Aguilera, Beyonce, and all of this kind. But at the same time, Bulgarian traditional music was completely different. It's more like Oriental rhythms coming from Greece and Turkey, and this was very fashion at this time. So it's a complex of a lot of things, um, and yes.
You had both the Bulgarian like folk music in like the pop charts at that moment in Bulgaria, and
Yeah,
then the
and
pop from Mariah Carey as well. Yeah,
yeah, I think it's a mixed thing. And now in my new songs, I'm trying to put some Bulgarian traditional instruments actually. Maybe that we will see next year, the coming months. I think that this part, especially from the mountain when I grew up, my name Riwa is actually the name of the biggest mountain in Bulgaria. It's the highest
oh
mountain.
really? Ah,
Yeah, and
now we
and
already have
Riwa.
two nature references.
Yes, yes, yes. It's I don't know, maybe it's for sure the fact that I grew up in this small city surrounded by mountains. Maybe it's, for instance, it's an impact, uh, but it also maybe the fact that it's a small town, because I'm a pretty spiritual person, and it comes also maybe from the whole heritage, how do you say in English?
Heritage, yeah, yeah.
Heritage, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Of our past, the Bulgarian past, I mean. It was a pretty difficult times, like 200-300 years ago, because we were slaves of the Ottoman Empire, and we got liberated, free, in 1878. It's like 150 years ago. It's not very far away. It's like not my grandmother, but her mother. She was also still living at this period, and I think that we have this in our genes. It's like uh, some suffering and melancholia, and this is what I have a lot, and I think that all this is, you can hear it in my music.
Yeah, that's so interesting. That's so interesting. Did you feel like the spirituality and maybe the heritage and stuff that already was it already at a younger age that you felt that a lot, or did that evolve throughout the years in your music when you were doing more music, or what triggered it for you maybe to look into that?
Spirituality, it was a very young age. Uh, at 7, 8, 9, I was all the time in the clouds. I mean, like thinking about things, imagining things, dreaming. At around 10, 11, 12, like going to teenage 13, I started questioning about the world, why I am here, what is the sense of my life, I mean uh, the meaning of my life. So these questions, they came very early. I don't know why and where they come from. Mm, I think a lot of people are asking themselves this kind of questions, but some of them particularly more than the others. And I think I am part of these people that are questioning a lot, having a lot of doubts, and just wanted to understand and about consciousness, questions that I'm still a lot, very, very interested in personal development. Is the body dying after death or not? Are we continuing? Our consciousness continues? This kind of things that they all the time preoccupied me.
That's interesting. And like you moved then from Bulgaria to France. How do you feel like moving countries influences that journey for yourself, so to say?
Um, well, it was a difficult one because I came in France to study actually, and I have a degree in management, a master's degree in management. And during this period, I was singing, but only how to say, in restaurants, just to have money. It was not. I was not in the songwriting period or whatever. I just finished my studies, and next I continued because I understood I cannot live without music. But when I was very young, very young, it all happened around this age, between 7 and 15 actually. And at 7, 8, 10, even around 13, I wanted to be a lawyer. A lawyer. I didn't know that I will play and sing music. I was singing all the time, but it was just for pleasure. And after that, I was in the school, in how to say lycée. It's what kind of school? When you are 15, 16, what do you get
Yeah,
into?
like high
It's
school.
college, high school,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's, and there was a girl that became my friend. She was telling me, "Oh, you sing very well. You don't want to take lessons with me? I have a teacher." And I said, "Okay." And we have gone. I passed the casting, and next I started singing. And in a 1 year, a lot of things happened. I was 15. I signed my first contract. I was rewarded for several competitions, and very well things happened very quickly, and it became a dream at this moment.
That goes pretty quick. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm curious, like, if you did a master's in management, basically, how do you feel that study direction connects with like your spirituality and with your artistic side? Like, I hear people that have it as a really nice balance. I also hear a lot of people that feel like, oh, this is really not my direction. It's good that I'm shifting completely. How is that for
Yeah.
you?
I will tell you. I actually, I think it was when I started studies and came in France. It was about looking for stability, and it was the pressure of my parents more, I think, than mine. I wanted to sing, and actually was supposed to stay in Bulgaria and sing in Bulgaria because I signed my contract. I was 15 years old, and it happened in this 3 years until my 18 years old. We didn't. We had discussions with the company, the label I signed with. They wanted me to play the music that was kind of fashion at this moment, Oriental music, and it's not like the folk. I love folk music, but that's not folk. That's like more than, well, I don't even have comparison here. Like lyrics were very bad, but I mean
Was it
even
like this Eastern
Bulgaria.
European influenced a bit dancey music that you
Yeah,
had as well at
dancey,
some point?
dancey. Yeah, yeah, a lot, very dancey, like
Yeah.
kind of traditional dance when you move
Mm.
your body.
Yeah.
I don't know
Let's
how
say
to
that.
explain.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
well, and I said to the label, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this music. We tried to do some pop music. That was actually first years when I wrote my first song. I was 15, 16. I don't even remember the song. I don't know if it exists somewhere in my computer. And
Somewhere.
somewhere, yeah. And they told me, well, listen, in Bulgaria, this kind of music, it doesn't work. Pop music, nobody listens to pop music. So you have to do what we want. Otherwise, it won't work. And I said no. And that's why I have gone to France to study. Otherwise, I would have stayed in Bulgaria because I also I decided to play music, to sing, and at the same time make my to have some to follow some studies in Bulgaria. I I applied in a university in Bulgaria and also in France. And in France I applied, but it was just like I don't know, I because I was in a high school that was French and English, and I said I always wanted to see the Eiffel Tower, and I said okay, I would want to go to France and maybe to study there if in case it doesn't work, because I was feeling that with my label things were not going very well. I did this in case, and actually this in case happened after. And that's why I came to France. It was to study, and in the beginning I was not singing a lot. I was singing in the amphitheater of the university. After each class, at the end of the classes, I was staying and I was singing on the microphone, and
Cool.
was singing at home with the sh- the hi-fi. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Did you feel
But
like you lost music then for a while when you left Bulgaria, that you thought like, oh, I had this contract, I had this opportunity, and now
yeah,
it's gone and now I have to study for a normal job, so to say, or
yeah, yeah,
uh,
a lot actually. I think that this influenced me a lot. Even made me lose completely confidence in myself for a very long time. Uh, because when I was 15, 16, I was so confident about music. I was, yeah, I want to do I thought I would be a star, and I was dreaming freely. And after this, what happened? and I came in France, and I just maybe lost hope. And you you become more mature, you start having difficulties, and life in France in the beginning was very difficult. My parents, they are not from, they had money at this time, but comparing to France, it's a very different kind of level of living. Money in Bulgaria in comparison to France, it's like double. I mean, one left,
Yeah.
it's €1, it's two lefts, and everything here was just much more expensive. So I had to work. Just I arrived in France and I started working, and what I was working was actually singing in restaurants. That's how I paid my studies. That's how I was making a living of this in the beginning. Until I got that was in Strasbourg. I first city when I came, it was in Strasbourg. It's close to the German frontier. And next I moved to Paris, like for my last degree. It's actually in Paris that I came back to music again. For I was singing in the period in Strasbourg when I was continuing my studies, singing, but with a lot of sadness because I couldn't make a big thing of it. A part of the fact that I was singing in the restaurants, but it's not the same thing. And next, getting to Paris, that's where I started again.
Taking it more serious.
Making that's what actually my first real period of songwriting that started. I did my first album of another project that was not this project, but I was working with someone else at this period. And at the end of my studies, I said, okay, I started working 2 years. And next I quit everything. And I said, that's not for me. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do management. I just want to sing and to compose. And I quit everything and just found a job that helps me part-time, that helps me to have food and to pay my rent. And so I can do music. And that's how I get back to me. So it answers your question, how did I manage them? I think it learned me a lot of things that I use today, because in the beginning of a career of an artist, you have to do everything by yourself. So there's a lot of administration and stuff. So that helps me for sure. But I don't want to make a living out of this with another job, working for someone and whatever. So,
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine it helps a lot with like being, it's something that a lot of artists miss, I feel, like being organized and stuff. And that's probably
yes.
stuff that you learned pretty well. And
Mm.
seeing the bigger picture, understanding that actions you take now in a well managed order will have you some effects and strategy in the long term, I can imagine. But yeah, still, it sounds like quite I would find it quite scary to leave Bulgaria and then feel like, oh, my music is completely gone now. But it feels
Yeah.
like you kept in touch with it through the singing. It was different, but you didn't lose the spark completely. It was just
Yeah.
at a lower heat a bit, kind of.
Yeah, let's say, yeah, it's exactly this. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I was scared, but I also knew that staying in Bulgaria, I couldn't do whatever anything else, because if I signed with this label that was the most powerful label in Bulgaria, and they were working on this kind of music that was the the one that everyone was listening at this time. So I knew that if I stay and I'm trying to do pop music, it's maybe it will not work. And who am I'm gonna sign with another label if this was the only label, and they had their own TV, everyone was listening just this, and so I knew that there's no future about. So I moved to
Good move.
move on.
Yeah, in the end.
Good
Yeah.
move, yes.
Afterwards, looking back on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You also said that currently your music is like developing way more in a more cinematic, atmospheric, yeah, heartfelt kind of pop. How do you, yeah, what shifted inside of you that you wanted to make that more deeper music, basically?
I think it was all the time in me. I just when I was on my first projects, I didn't have the courage to do all by myself. I was working with someone, so he was like giving the kind of note and atmosphere of the music, because he was making the instrumental part, the music part, and I was making the melodies and the lyrics. So it orientated my music, I think. But at this time, I already remember that I found a pianist once, and he moved to the United States. Now he's making music for movies. And I remember that I loved this music, and I wanted to have like kind of music that is like for the movies, like Interstellar in my songs, the movie. And that was the kind of music I wanted. And so I was already very young that when I wanted this, actually, but I knew that I don't have the possibility to play it by myself, because I wasn't good at piano at this moment. I'm still not very good at piano, but it's enough to make my compositions. So I needed to work with people, and maybe I didn't connect with people that are into this. It's no, I just followed the way, and the person I worked with, he wasn't into this, so I followed this, and it was a very good experience, and I liked what we did at this time. You also evolve and you become more mature. But with time, when I started composing by myself on the piano, and that's actually how this gets out, like what I do today, because you feel that music is just much more sad, much more melancholic and deep, and there's nothing to do with what I did before. But it just was so natural, because it came from me, actually. It was my music at 100%. And before, it wasn't only my music, it was a shared composition, and it was not. And yeah, I think
So
that's
what you
it.
tried to do on the music already felt maybe consciously or unconsciously influenced by what the other person did then, if I understand
Yeah, I
you.
think, yeah. Because for sure, because if he was not very interested of making sad songs like this, um, it goes to another direction. I think it was, but it was a very good experience at this time, and because I liked what we did, and I didn't had any reflections, telling to myself, this is my maybe you hear it.
Is there a bird?
I have, yeah, it's like birds. I have
Oh.
how do you say, like a big quack, and
Oh.
it's with birds, and each hour they sing.
I
So
think
I'm
in the
in
Netherlands we
nature.
have something like that, which is called a cuckoo clock. I don't know what
Maybe,
that
yeah.
is in English, but then the bird comes out at the full hour.
Okay, I
So
see
it's
that.
similar.
Mine, they don't, but they sing, they move,
May
and
they
they
sing for
sing.
you. That's nice. It sounded
Yeah.
like there was a bird there. Yeah. That's cool.
Uh,
Yeah.
so yes, what I was saying, that it was at this time I didn't say to myself, oh, actually, that's not the kind of music I want to do. I prefer doing something with piano, deeper, and I didn't have this kind of thoughts. I just said, yeah, that's great what we do. I liked what we do, and I continued at this direction. And and after this, this project just came to an end. And after I actually, after my previous project, I was thinking, okay, I will stop. I will not do. I'm tired, like depression. And next, I just started doing for myself. All of the compositions we are listening today, I just did for myself. And after this, I listened to them, and I said, they're not actually that bad. So maybe I have to release them. And that's again. So I always get back to this feeling that I want to continue and to continue. I think it will never dies.
Mm. That sounds really good. And I also feel like a very happy energy if you talk about like, oh, I make everything myself, and this really liberated my sound a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm also curious, I can also imagine if you start doing that for the first time, that it's scary or that it feels very vulnerable maybe to
Yeah,
share and make everything
exactly.
yourself. How was that for you then?
It was vulnerable. I was thinking, okay, that's not good enough to get released. And next, I made it here to some friends, to my husband, and I have the chance that my husband is also working in music, so he had an opinion that is very professional, so I can have an idea of what it looks
It's
like.
not like the lover or family that says like, "Oh yeah, it sounds
Yes,
fantastic. You're
yes,
amazing." It's like, yeah,
yeah,
here is
yeah,
some feedback that you can use work with. Yeah,
yes, exactly,
it's
yes.
nice. Yeah.
So, and I said, okay, so I'm ready to get back again. And next, I worked these songs with my arranger, a music producer that helped me to put the right instruments to create this ambience and atmosphere that I was imagining in my head that I was not able to do by myself. Uh, and he did this very well. He did exactly what I imagined, so it was great. And he contributed a lot, I think. And yes, that's how it worked. So today I'm working more at this basis. I compose myself my basis of the song, most of the time piano and voice. But on some, like for instance, Live Soldiers, I already arranged pretty much of the things. And next we did we just listened with him, and so okay, this one we have to change here. It needs a little part of this, and we removed things. But I was already pretty. I put pretty a lot of things inside, but sometimes they're not very well done. Um, so yes, and now I continue my piano and my music, and now I'm starting by myself to try to arrange things, step by step by myself. Maybe my first song in French that will be released next year, I'm trying now to arrange it by myself because my music producer is not available at this time. So I try to go for it by myself with my pianist. He's helping me, of course. So we'll see if I will be able to finish it by myself or not.
Yeah, it's really cool because if I hear you talk about it, like from Bulgaria to now, you really hear like every step, like, you hear a lot of moments that kind of shifted or like boosted how your music is taking shape, basically. With now the next step of your producer not being available and you have to do that
Yes.
yourself.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I continue
Yeah,
evolving, so I will be completely independent soon.
cool.
But
That's really cool.
yeah, it's uh, this. I think that's very nice because what is like the purpose of life? If it's like developing ourselves, one of it, that's what I'm doing, and I take a lot of pleasure doing it. So I feel my music coming. It's closer and closer to really what I am. I mean, it's not even closer, it's what I am. But I mean, by closer, it's to how to express it in the best way, so everyone can see what I am. And yes, with each step, I get closer to express what I really am. So that's great. And now with the Bulgarian things that I want to put them, I think that will be completely with my origins and between and everything.
It's connecting dots again. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Sounds cool. Do you feel like you have to make a lot of conscious choices to follow your life path and get it closer to who you actually are, your art, or is it kind of shaping itself, so to say?
Huh. Um, I think there's both of them. There's things happening on my way that that sometimes can put me into another direction than the one I wanted to take. But even in the new direction, I still am trying to compose and with things to go where I want to go. You have a lot of ways to go to the final destination. So you have to just sometimes life shapes it for you, and he says you have to get this direction. You cannot go the one you wanted. So I go this direction, but I still maybe that's the way to go to where I want to go at the end. So I'm trying to compose with both of them, but there is a lot of conscious decisions also. But like when I talk about decisions that are I'm not influencing, it's like for instance, one of them, um, when I was living in Paris, this is where I met my husband. So I followed him to move to where I live now. We have kids, so I just stopped a little bit. I had to first 1, 2, 3 years of now they are 4 years old. So just in the beginning, I was trying to take time with them. So there's things that happen in life that you cannot avoid, but it's still, since my own decisions, I decided to take care of my children in the beginning because I wanted to get profit of this. Like, how to say profit? No,
Mm.
to um, uh, well, to be with them. And now I got back like 1 year ago. That's when I released my project, because my kids are now going to school. They're 4 years old, so they're going to school, and that's great. But yeah, there is things that happens, and you just take them or not. I could say no, they're going to school just right now. They're going to 2 years, 1 year old, but I didn't want to do this. That's my decision. So I'm coming back again a little bit late. Not late, but I mean, it just took time for me, let's say it like this. So yeah, this kind of decisions. And when I met him, I wanted to go to New York. I wanted to go to live in New York. And if I didn't meet him, I would live now in the United States. So
Yeah.
so you see, it's like sometimes, yeah, it shifts. But I still had the decision was mine. I could go.
Yeah.
Well, it's what I
Yeah. Yeah.
choose,
Yeah.
love, or I just want to go and try in the United States. So I decided to take this direction, and maybe that's the right one to when I want to go. I mean, not the right one is not the right word. I don't like to say this, but that's a way that maybe actually will get me still where I want to go. So
Yeah. It's a lot of ways.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of ways. Yeah, but the most
Yeah.
important thing, let's not forget, is to just not take advantage, but wow, I don't remember. I don't say remember the word. To get profit of the situation. I mean, not profit in the bad way, but
Yeah.
just
But like
to relax
take
and to just
yeah, enjoy the
take
moment
pleasure
and
of
like
what you live. Yes, live at the
what is
moment.
here right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
that's
that's a very strong point, because I think
that.
it's a lot of our lives, or a lot of the lives that we hear, like probably you recognize it from management as well. Like it's in management work, it's also
Yeah.
looking back on what happened and what didn't go right, or what could have
Mm,
gone different, analyzing what happened in the past, and then projecting and making plans for the future and stuff. There's not a lot of like right here and right now, right? And
yes.
yeah, I think that's yeah, interesting to hear you say that. I think
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
strong point. Yeah.
I think that's one of the most important things. We have to get back to this feeling all the time, because life passes. We don't know what will be tomorrow, and we have to be just here, as you say, at the present. Maybe meditation works very well with this. I pass a lot of years doing meditation. This was one of my greatest times. I did a lot. I was so happy. Everything was just perfect. I just feel like everything I was doing, going to put the garbage into the bin, it was great. It was everything.
Yeah.
It was great. So, really, meditation helped me a lot. I'm not doing that much now, but I'm trying to get it back to my schedules and plan each day, because it really works too good on me, and it gets me back to my core, to my deepest core, to what I really am, to where I come from. When I say when I come from, I don't talk about nationality, Bulgarian stuff, but just spiritual uh, kind of point of view, and yes, connects me with the consciousness, the universe, and everything. And just it's like I said this several days ago. I had another interview, and I explained, like, if you have a glass, I have my good here, a glass of water, and you put some dust inside, and you do this later, it's so fluent, you don't see anything, you don't know what to do, and when it calms, it becomes clear, and you are just clear about your decisions, about life, and just you relaxed, and that's very
You have to let
important.
sink the dirt a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good metaphor. I like that a lot. Yeah. Yeah. And actually, you also mentioned that you stay connected a lot to yourself and the universe also through
Yeah.
nature, right? That also
Yes.
plays a role in there.
Yes. A
Yeah.
lot. Yes.
How does nature support you, like spiritually or emotionally?
I cannot even. explain exactly what happens, but when I'm into nature, it's like being into calm and to this green, I imagine grass and trees and birds just singing. It's like so calm, and like I feel like I'm uh, connecting with, like with the core of the earth, even like taking energy from this, and it's just calms me down, make me relax, and things just change. I don't know, I can't explain. It's just I become a better person. I become more me, actually, and not the person that can get into everyday life with all of the fears. Fears get out, especially when this comes. Like sometimes I say to myself, okay, I'm doing music, but um what will happen next? I just sometimes say to myself, like when all of my fears come, and I would see it very dark and would say, wow, I would never be able to make my dream become true. Like my dream, I mean, to make a living only of music, and when I get connected and I just listen to what my heart tells me, and it's like that I want to do this, and actually, and that I feel that maybe I have something to give about. Uh, I don't know. It's I feel it like this, that there is something that I have to give. It's like even something from a very long time. It's not from now. It's always been, and that's maybe what comes back each time when I get back to music. And I said, I will have to continue. I continue. It's like so natural. When you sometimes you close your eyes, you're in the dark, and you just try to imagine different options about your life. I did this so many times, like me in management, or me in making music, or me in nature, and what I feel about each of them. And I think that even if your brain and thoughts are very confused, if you just take time to do this very well and to just listen to your intuition and to your heart, you will see there is pictures with some of them. You just feel all the fears, all the bad feelings. Like me in management, if you have to imagine that I'm going to work in a room in the bank, or I don't know,
Yeah.
I was working in insurance before.
Okay. Yeah.
The worst. And
Yeah. I don't know, but I can imagine. It sounds like not. Yeah.
not
An
me.
opposite image. It
Yes,
sounds like a
completely.
very opposite image of what you were just sketching. You were like telling about the birds and the water
Yes,
outside, and like
exactly.
you were smiling, and then you said like, "Oh, the insurance and the bank." You can already see that. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. That's it. So maybe it seems so clear now, but just several years ago, I was still trying to imagine things and to see where I will feel good. Now I think that this is completely fool. That I'm so happy that I quit actually quit quickly. I just did 2 years in different companies, and I stopped. But there's people that it takes most of their life, half of their life, or many years. So I'm happy about this. I followed myself very quickly.
It sounds really good.
So so I think that this exercise is very good to understand what you feel good, like synchronized with your heart, and that's for me the right option. I think that we have to live at the moment, and we have to listen to our heart. It never lies, and we don't have to have fears. That's the fear that blows everything. And being connected to nature is the best way to get back to yourself and to what you really want.
What is like one way for you that like if you have to name one thing that easily connects you back to nature, what would it be?
Yeah, maybe going to the mountain, yes, for sure, because going to the mountain, you also go at the highest points, so you can also see the sky. So you're connected with both cosmos, which is my other passion, cosmos, and a mountain, like grounded, and at the same time connected with all of the rest. But sometimes I just need to close my eyes and to imagine a picture, and I have one. That's the one that really connects me very quickly. And I was listening to the meditations of Louise Hay before a lot, and now this before for um how to say, to cure your body, to be healthy, and there was one of her meditations in this kind of it's an album, I think. It was an album. Yeah, I bought it. It was I don't remember the name. With a playlist of different talks, and one of the first or the second one, I think that's the one that I really preferred and listened so many times. And she was explaining, just imagine a place that you feel good and that you're grounded. You're laying down, and that's the picture that I imagine at this time, the one that also every time connects me to everything. And it's actually in Sliven, in my the city where I'm born, and I'm at these mountains in Bulgaria, in Sliven, that surrounds us. They're called Karandiwa, and there is like some play a little bit of how to say, yeah, a very small mountain with like a small waterfall that come in just like this, but it's very small. It's not like a big one. You just listen a little bit of noise of the water, and there's a big tree, and I'm under the big tree, just laying down and connecting with the core of the tree, the roots of the I mean, I'm imagining how I have roots coming to getting back down to the earth, and this one really works a lot, very very well. And the other ones would be really to go to and try to, from this picture, to try to elevate and to see myself from above, and to like feel more cosmic. That's really helping me a lot.
Yeah. Sounds in the first place very grounding, and then also taking distance from yourself, literally, which I can imagine then helps with taking distance from everything happening in daily life, like so up close that you can see it. Yeah. Sounds very cool. Yeah, we've been talking about like slowing down and aligning and balance, and I think it's a great moment to like listen to one of your songs because your goals have to get you happiness, right? So I think it will be really nice to listen to that. So let's listen to Riva, Get You Happiness.
Happiness runs so fast. If you want to catch it back, you don't need to go fast. Enjoy the moment now. I get you in trap. I get you, you're coming back. I get you in trap. I get you, you're coming back. I get you in trap. I get you, you're coming back. I get you in trap. I get you, you're coming back. When you lose it, happiness will try to hide. Don't get abused. Be gentle with you in your life. Get you, you're coming back. I get you in the trap. I get you, you're coming back. I get you in the trap. I get you,
And there are the birds already. Yeah, really, really cool to hear the nature back there. It's one of my questions that I normally ask, like, does nature play a role in your music, and does it, is it in your music? But it's quite obvious here, right?
Yes.
Like, how does nature for you play a role in your music? Do you use it like a lot, like sounds of nature, or is it also in form of inspiration, maybe?
Yes, well, Get You Happiness for sure. There was this kind of the birds. This was like the concept of the thing. I wanted the birds. I said to my music producer, I want this bird here and here. So we tried to integrate them, so it really connects me. In the other songs, I didn't use a lot, but for sure, not birds, but for sure, I'm trying to put some elements, musical instruments. It's like an atmosphere that is in the song that connects to nature, that makes us understand that it's coming from some nature or cosmic um, connection and representation. So yeah, maybe for sure there will be in the following songs some elements that will come back again.
Yeah, yeah, but you also see it with the mask indeed you're wearing. It's
Yeah,
also
the mask for
flowers. Like,
sure.
how is
Yes.
that in your project? What role does nature play in your project that you choose, for example, for the mask and stuff as well?
It's completely it's since my connection to nature is so important. I wanted in the beginning. I was thinking, what kind of element is really representative of me? There was two things. I wanted to hide a little bit my face, because I thought if someday I become a star, maybe I prefer that not everyone recognize me every way. And I think that to have a mask, it's a little bit not all of kind of mask. This one maybe you see a lot of my face, but but some of them they hide a lot, and it would be more difficult to recognize me. That was the first thing. So what kind of element I really feel connected to, what will represent me the best way once you see me, that you know the kind of music I'm related and connected to. And I thought that, yeah, nature and flowers are a part of me. If you go upstairs in my house, there's a lot of plants everywhere. It's just I it was like so natural to do this. Well, it took me time to know how to do this kind of masks. I'm working with a florist, florist that is preparing flowers to create them. Some of them I tried to do myself. So it was not very easy to find a way to attach it on my face each time, and so I have different options, different ones. But yeah, this idea of having flowers on me was like yeah, and I thought that's what I feel connected to. That's what identifies me as what I really am. So yeah, that's how I chose to do this. And that's why I also keep it all the time, even when I go to interviews and everywhere. I don't know how I want to take it out. It's like part of my artistic me, like the one that I cannot be in my everyday life.
Yeah, it's really cool. I feel like also in the music you do hear it back, and also the reference you made with like Interstellar and like the cinematic movie music, especially the part where your vocal goes very ethereal. Like it's very
Yes.
beautiful, It's like really, yeah, like the way the chords follow each other up is really, yeah, how do you say that? Like, yeah, you hear what you explained about both grounding the roots
Yeah.
of the tree and the cosmos and everything in between. I feel like you hear that back in the
Yeah.
music a lot. Yeah,
Oh, great.
so it's really really cool. Yeah, and I also really love that you hear different music genre influences. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of like saying, oh, you make this genre or that, but you really hear like some of the drums reminded me of more like hip hop influences here
Yeah,
and there
I
with the
like a
hits
lot
and
hip hop. Yes,
yeah,
actually.
Yeah, and you heard the pop and the cinematic parts, and
Yes.
it is also really cool to hear that back in the song now after you told the story of like Bulgaria, moving to France, and then the nature connection and what is important for you, because I think you hear that back in the music. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly this song for me. It has several uh, influences that are a part of me, like one part of the post rock, even from Pink Floyd, maybe. And this period of my life, and even the album, the picture, some of people told me, it looks like something of post rock, and yeah, maybe the hip hop rhythm. I wanted to have a hip hop rhythm, and I said to my music producer, I want a big fat bass and hip hop rhythm. Uh, this kind of rhythms, I think we will see furthermore, because I really love this. So how to make a mix of this kind of rap rhythms, hip hop, and music that is so spiritual, with a girl that comes from Bulgaria and have traditional elements, like the bagpipe or flute.
Yeah.
So this kind of things will continue to be more and more precise, and trying to identify of what I really am, and to explain me better of what I
I'm
am.
really curious for that as well. Yeah, we'll definitely keep our eyes open for that. Yeah. I'm also curious, like now that we are touching a bit on like the spirituality part of it as well. Um, what do you hope like people feel when they listen to your music for the first time? Maybe they hear it here, or maybe they look you up after the talk, or find you somewhere else. What do you hope people walk away with if they listen to a few songs?
Oh, I hope that they will listen to the music, and they will connect with it. I mean, so it can have an emotional, how to say, an emotional impact on them, like get your happiness, to put them in a relaxed and good movie about life, uh, feeling happy, or other songs like if these people are kind of spiritual like me, I hope that we can have similitudes, and to, even for me, to connect with these people who are like me. So I think it's also always very interesting for me and for people who listen to the music to connect, if if we feel similar, if we have the same understandings about life, because this help each one, me and the people who listen to the music, to evolve together, to become fearless, and to share emotions about this kind of basis and thoughts. So yeah, I hope that we can have I can have connection with people who who um, uh, find them similar to this kind of music.
Mm. Is that something you think about consciously as well while you're making the music, or is it more like, does the music come out, or is there a lot of like idea shaping that's very conscious for you when you write the music then?
When I write the music, it's more like I have a feeling of something. Most of the time, it's something related to sadness or to melancholy. It's much more rare songs like "Get You Happiness" about happiness, and still it's kind of melancholic song. But most of the time I will be in feeling something that really emotionally affected me a lot, or have a big influence on me, and I have this emotion and I don't know what to do with, and I will go on the piano and I will just try to find how to express it the best way, and that's how I will find the melody. And most of the time it already comes with some idea of lyrics of what I want to talk about, because there is a subject. I mean, there is a topic. This emotion comes from something that I lived in my life, it happened. So I will connect with this and I will try just to express it. That's how it starts. Next, once the song is already created and have the lyrics and everything, and of course, I hope that I feel something good to know that it may be people that will listen to this song and that it will help them to feel better. So yes, but my first beginning of all of this process is it's coming from my feeling of me. It's just to liberate this thing, to get it out of me.
Is it then often like experiences of things you experienced and then converting the feeling, or is it also sometimes the image or the idea of things? Or is it more like real life happened things that you then express in sound?
Yeah, it's more like real life things. Yeah, real life that happen. Yeah, most of the time. Well, real life, it may be just an experience of thoughts. I mean that I
Yeah.
am
It's
circling in
also a
my
real
thoughts.
experience.
Yes, and that I create my own experience and I live something and I need to express it. It doesn't, yeah, for sure must be, it doesn't have to be an experience with other people for sure or with something. It may be just in my head. It's possible. My Destiny, it's a song about, it's pretty introspective, getting back to my past, to exactly what we were talking about in the beginning of our conversation, where I come from, what is the purpose of my life, this kind of thoughts. So they animated me for so long that it was for sure necessary to write a song about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think one of the songs, like after we, at the end of the interview, I want to play Dalalila still, which is what I read about it. Also, really a good example of, feelings about real life experience, right? Because
Exactly.
it's what I read from it is a bit of love, sacrifice, but also like this complex role of stepping into a family, also as a stepmom,
Yes,
which is quite
exactly.
an interesting story. Yeah, how did that song came together then for you?
Well, it came from my experience as a stepmother, because it's not very easy all the time. So I thought I really need to share this. It's not something, if you're not meeting people who are coming from families that are recomposed like this, you will not necessarily talk about this. So you just keep it for you, and you don't know how to get uh with this thing. I mean, are you a mother? What is my role? But she has her own mother. So what is my role? And when you start getting so much love, you will not for sure get it back in return as when it's your own children. It depends on so many things. So you sometimes I was feeling like I'm getting lost and don't know what is my role, and trying to meditate and just to relax, to connect with myself, and just to give, and um and to to being a lovely, I hope, stepmother. But yeah, this was a lot of frustrations that I needed to express. And yeah, it's also kind of a sacrifice. I'm talking about it because the sacrifice, yes, we're talking about it a little bit, and talked about it a little bit in the beginning. It's about the way you take. Sometimes you have to take on yourself, um you you're not the exclusive person in this family. And you're just not in a couple, you have children, so you need to start sharing love between everyone. And especially now when we have also kids, and I have two that are twins, so now there is a lot of children. So I understand this much better. So this kind of frustration today, it's much uh, diminished. How to say? I don't almost don't have it anymore, because I 3 years understood how to manage this. And when I'm today also a mother, I understand better my role of a stepmother. So I think it all cleared up, and it goes by itself. But also I learned 3 years how to get it. Just that. Uh, but it's a very interesting topic. So that would be interesting to sometimes when people don't know how to cope with it. I think that you have to feel free to share with people, to share with friends, but also with psychologists, to explain you better what is your role actually in this kind of situations. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because it seems like I cannot imagine. I'm not a mother.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be a mother as well. But yeah, it seems to me like a also a tender and a vulnerable and a very layered kind of story.
Yeah.
How do you start writing a song like that without judgment towards yourself?
When I
Or did
started
you just
writing,
start with judgment and then figured it out on the way?
you mean a judgment about myself because I'm saying truly what I feel? That was
Yeah,
what you mean? Yeah.
yeah.
I wasn't thinking about it. I just wanted to express what I feel, and of course, I can say to myself, "Do I have to release a song like this when I'm saying things that are so personal?" Uh, but it is a part of my life, and I think it's interesting to share because maybe there will be people that will recognize them in this kind of situation, and then will understand that for a lot of stepfathers or mothers, it is not easy to and you may not have in the beginning the knowledge to know how to what are the limits of your role. Are you a mother, so you give everything and you wait for a return as if it was your child, but actually no, it is not your child because it has his own parents. Yeah, so this kind of limits are very important, and I think that's what I thought about psychologists. But if it's important to talk about them, so today I feel like this story I'm opened about it, and I don't feel scared to talk about, to explain that it's a difficult role, and there is all kind of it's like this, but there's a lot of love. I love my step girl, yes, and today she's growing, so we share much and much more things, and I know that today I don't feel the same way because I don't have expectations. Maybe that's a lot of the things that you need to understand in the beginning when you're a stepmother. You don't have to have expectations. It's like in love, you give and just don't wait for to receive and for a
Yeah.
return.
Unconditional, as you say,
Yes,
right? Yeah,
unconditional love.
yeah, yeah.
And most of the time, when you give unconditional love, actually, it returns. Actually, maybe not just right at the same moment, but with time
Yeah, and I think it's with those
from
kind of
somewhere.
things also important that you don't give with the intention to get something back, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Do you feel like your songs changed after that experience as well?
My songs.
Yeah, after
Huh.
that experience or after writing that song?
Um, I don't know. I for sure I changed. I don't know if I changed because I wrote the song. No, I don't think that writing the song changed me. It just made me feel free about. Yeah, so maybe it changed me a little bit and changed me about the fact that became open about this topic, because before I wasn't talking about it. I was just keeping it for me. Um, and after the song, yes, it became a normal topic that I'm talking with other people, people who listen to the song, people in the family. So now and this is very good because it helped me to conversate with people who had the same kind of experiences. So I understand that I'm not alone in this kind of situation. I'm not the only stepmother for sure on this planet. So there is a lot of people who feel this kind of obstacles, like not obstacles, but like by and down and
Yeah,
ups.
like challenges, things to
Yes,
figure out.
challenges.
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
and it's good to
mm.
talk about them. It's difficult, but it's also have a lot of good things. So, and I think even for a more spiritual kind of a level about myself, it's not. There is a reason that I became a stepmother, and I was firstly stepmother before becoming a mother, um, and maybe it's exactly about this kind of sacrifices that I talk about and everything. It's becoming more because when you feel that you do sacrifices, it's like you concentrate on yourself and it's more selfish. So becoming a stepmother, it's exactly what we said. It's like giving without hoping to receive, but you also need to know your limits. you know, you cannot, you don't have to give more than what you can give, because that's maybe what I did in the beginning, and so that's why I became frustrated. But you just have to put yourself limits. Okay, I can go until this limit. That's my limit. I cannot go further. If I go further, I will feel bad, and I will have expectations, and that's not good for me. So when I understood, if I put my limits, that's okay. Everything goes well, and everything goes perfect when it's like this. Just things you want to do, things you don't want to do, in this kind of situations, and that helps a lot. And it's more healthy. It's healthier for everyone. And in this case, I don't become the selfish person that concentrates on myself, but you become the one that just can give, because you give, put in yourself some limits that you respect, and you know that you don't have to go further. If you next you feel that you can go further, you go, of course. But I mean, just you have to have your limits. The limit is when you know that you become vulnerable, and that's when you become someone that have expectations. That's my limit for me.
Sounds like a lesson there.
And it's also the kind of, I think that this is something that must apply to everything, all kind of relationship with everyone, friends, a lover, whatever. I think that's it to be unconditional, you have to respect also yourself, and to know.
I was gonna say that, like, I can imagine it also helps in the relationship with yourself, right? Because I think the lesson from there, like maybe sometimes giving without expecting a result, can also help in your art or in daily life things as well. Yeah, by putting your work in but not expecting it to be, you know, a hit or everything go right or whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah. Life's lessons, huh?
Yeah, life's
Yeah.
lessons.
Yeah. And where do you feel like your creative journey is going now next? I mean, you told a bit about like the new music with the traditional
Yes.
instruments and certain influences and stuff. Are there any projects around that you're super excited about?
Oh yes, I'm very excited about all of this. Trying to integrate Bulgarian traditional instruments, because I'm excited to look for instruments, to know how to mix and all of this, so it becomes something that represents me. And I want to release an album next year. So, and my first song in French, and also even in Bulgarian inside. That will come soon, I hope, because I'm still working on it. I'm finishing it, but not very far away from the end. So yeah, I'm very, very excited about this, because I think that these are things that will get me even closer to what I am, and it will be interesting to see what it gets
Yeah.
out of this.
Also curious for that. Yeah. I can imagine it's quite interesting in that sense to speak multiple languages, even if it's not your native language, but it
Yeah.
gives more opportunities to experiment creatively as well, I can imagine. It's
Yes.
also cool challenges, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
It's like in the beginning, I didn't know eh, what language to talk, even when I speak, when I write. My writing started in English very naturally, because since I'm Bulgarian, I was living in France, and I could start, since I'm living in France, I could start writing in French right away, but I didn't feel comfortable to do it. In the beginning, my English was better than my French. Now it's much more opposite. But now uh, English connects Bulgaria and France, because if I speak only in French, Bulgarians don't understand. They understand English better than French. So until then, I always and I have all of these influences from American English music when I was a child. So yeah, I was wrote in English, and now I don't know what happened. I had my first show at the festival of Francophonie in Bulgaria, which is a big festival, and there was now renowned artists there. So maybe something happened, I don't know, but I decided, okay, that would be really nice if I want now to write a song in French, and I already wrote it. It's done. I have even, let's say, maybe 2 songs in French for now. So we'll continue more and integrate also some Bulgarian words inside. And I feel good. I mean, I like it. So I'm even interested myself by when the song will be finished to see how it will look like.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it will end up in more. Who knows? Really cool. Yeah, I'm slowly gonna wrap up the talk, but don't go anywhere yet because we still want to play Dalalila from Riva for you after we say goodbye. But yeah, Riva, thank you so much for sharing your story, your music, and yeah, I felt like you shared really open-heartedly, and I think we learned a lot about you, also about the person behind the music, and not only about the music and how that came together. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing. For anyone listening or watching, if you want to discover more about Riva's music and story, check the links in the descriptions or the show notes. There's links to all socials and websites all there. Before we listen to the final song, if you haven't yet, please help us heal the earth by simply hitting follow or subscribe wherever you're watching or listening. Because for every new follower, we help restore 1 square meter of ecosystem in your name. It's 1 or 2 clicks, costs you absolutely nothing, but it truly makes a difference. And it would also massively help if you could like the episode and leave a comment if you're watching on YouTube. Or give us a 5-star rating on your podcast platform if you enjoyed the show. I promise I'll reply to every single comment. It massively helps us to spread our earth healing message, and it also helps us to keep creating more videos and interviews like this. Your support is much appreciated. Other than that, I would love to go listen to the song. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It was really a pleasure to talk to you, and hope some other time.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll keep our eyes open for the mix of all genres coming next year.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
My interests are staying behind. The instinct of a mom is rising inside. Attention's not on me. Attention's not on me. Everywhere is he. Everywhere is he. My lover doesn't see. Sometimes it hurts for me. To glance at each other's eyes is not priority. My special day surprises are powerless to him. It's hard to deal, a little child is here. Dalalila, sacrifice for love. I didn't choose to be a stepmom, but I love you, girl, you see. Though it is so hard to deal, it's so delicate. All the words I say, the things I make, I care even more than if you were my child. I care even more how my presence will affect your life. Dalalila, sacrifice for love. Dalalila, it's guaranteed a love. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed a love. It's guaranteed of my love. Take me far away. day. We are family, sisters, brothers, all we. You're relaxed with that, but I was alone before. Sometimes this is too much to have. Forget me, but please don't forget him. I need you close to me. Keep the love inside. Oh.